Good evening, Blues. Welcome back to another video on Tuesday the 9th of July at 7:42 p.m. as I'm going live here. Talking about all things Manchester City ahead, of course, of the Euro semi-final. I will be live after this video on Tifo. If you want to come watch me for the watch-along and join me for that game of football, it should be great fun. Please do click the link in the description below. It's free to sign up. It's invite only. You've got to use the referral code Steven in capital letters, S-T-E-V-E-N. Join me there over on Tifo. Fingers crossed you'll be there. That's, of course, kicking off in 18 minutes' time as I'm currently talking. Fingers crossed it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it, as you can see on screen there. Come and follow me over there. And join me for the Spain versus France watch along. Hopefully, I want to see Rodri do well. I can't deny it. Jesus Navas at right back at 38 years old with a 16-year-old winger ahead of him in Lamal. It's a ridiculous Spain side. I want to see how, of course, they get on tonight. So come and join me. It won't be live at 10 to. It'll be live at around 8 o'clock, if I'm being totally honest. Join me then. Also, if you haven't already seen, I did a video earlier with your man Asan from the 9320 podcast. It was great fun. Check that out after if you want something to listen to. We chatted all things Manchester City, including De Bruyne, Edison, the transfer policy, and the potential replacement for Rodri, people like that. It was good fun. Today, got one job. Thank you to Brooks in the chat immediately, who's given a super chat. Says thanks for all you do and for the consistent content. My pleasure, Brooks. Thank you for the support, mate. It does mean the world. It does mean the world to see that support come in. Thank you so much. Massively appreciated. Once again, I am closing on a 70k finally. The subscribers are finally going up. The algorithm decided it didn't like me for a while, but it's sort of changing again. If you want to do me a massive favour, I only need just over 200 more to get there. Please hit the subscribe button, use your backup account, use your dog's account, your mum's account, your teacher's account, whatever. Log in on YouTube and give this channel a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to Brooks, you're a legend, mate. Hello to Dennis as well, and Omu and Billy and Mo and Intensity Bias. So today we got a few things to chat about before we go live for the watch along over on Tifo. I want to talk about Liam Delap today. There's a little bit of rumours around Yan Couto and Kabore as well, but mainly this today would be about Liam Delap. Now, I'm going to go over to the reports on Liam Delap. I think David Ornstein mentioned this earlier. So Ornstein, of course, is a man of immense... let me just go over... Where has it gone? Oh, that's got bug that he follows me there. I'm just going to put it out there. Yeah, Ornstein, of course, has got... incredible weight with these things, and he said earlier Ipswich Town have reached an agreement with Manchester City to sign Liam Delap for 15 quid actually, 15 plus 5 million. 21-year-old England youth international set to be medical on Wednesday. Personal terms are a problem, but City have also had a similar agreement with Southampton, but striker has chosen Ipswich. I said yesterday, by the way, so if you watched my video yesterday, I told you there was reports saying that he'd visited the stadium, but it wasn't close. I was like, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I didn't believe that for a second. No one visits the stadium if it's not close to being done, as is proven. That's pretty much the bit you do when you've made an agreement with someone anyway. You just want to see the facilities. You want to get a feel. You want to meet the people. That's what you do. You do it. That's what you do. It's obvious that was going to happen, and it looks like this is what's going to happen. Look, this is always a shame. I can't pretend it's never a shame to see a youth player with such potential leave. I'm a big fan of Liam Delap. I always was. I think he's got so much ability. And, of course, he burst onto the scene a few years back. I'm just going to his Wikipedia now to remind me exactly what season it was off the top of my head. It was the 2021 season when, of course, he scored on his debut in the Carabao Cup. That was a few years ago now. And, of course, in the season he hung around again. He went on loan to Stoke in 2022, scored 3 goals in 23 games, didn't really kick off there. Then he had a bit of a dodgy loan as well, a press in the second half of that season. But last year at Hull, he scored 8 goals in 32 games. So not a consistent record, but he was getting better. Liam broke records at goals at youth level for the EDS for the under 23s. He was absolutely absurdly good. He was really, really good for the youth teams. Scored a whole bunch of goals, was immensely powerful, skillful, hard-working, and he looked set to sort of go like that. But the problem Liam had is that we sort of signed the full finished version of him in Erling Haaland. Like, everything that he sort of stands for as a player, Haaland was that thing. Probably a slightly better dribbler, Delap, if I'm being honest, than Haaland, but similar, powerful, bustling, traditional number 9. Delap always reminded me of a slightly younger Alan Shearer, I would say, stylistically. A really good player, and I still feel he could find that momentum again. Injuries have slowed him down a tiny bit, played a bit in the wing for Hull, but last season was the first season that he felt like he was ready for senior football, I would say. He adapted to it. Of course, he's got a lot to do, and it's a lot of money, and he didn't have an incredible season at Hull. He had a good season. He caused an awful lot of problems, got a few assists as well as the goals. Dzeko-esque, that's not a bad shout, Mo. A bit more direct and strong than Dzeko, I would say. Dzeko wasn't always this toughest, where Delap throws himself about a lot more. But I can see the comparison, actually, yeah. But last season felt the one way he sort of found a bit of his confidence. Ipswich here are taking a bit of a punt, if they're being honest. This, to me, strikes me as the kind of signing that has got potential relegation and then a bit of a promotion in 2 years in mind, if you know what I mean by that. Like, he might score some goals to keep him up, but I don't expect they expect him to score 20 goals in the Premier League. He could do, but I'd be very surprised. But what I do expect him, I think they probably hope he gets 8 to 10 goals in the Premier League, a decent return. But then if they get relegated, he scores 25, 30 and gets him back up again the season after, and that would be a realistic timeline. And then if he came up again or went to another team the season after that when he's 25, he might be an established Premier League striker by that point with someone. I think Liam has got the potential to be I look at people like Ivan Toney, or Ollie Watkins is a great example. You can easily do what Ollie Watkins has done in his career. Absolutely. I think he's a quality player. He just needs to find that confidence. It took Harry Kane an awful long time. I'm going to show you now, as a comparison, what Harry Kane is, what his loans were like for a while. I'm not saying he'll reach this level, but it's a very interesting comparison to make. Kane here, so look at his loans as a youngster. So here we go. He scored 5 in 18 for Leyton Orient. He scored 9 in 27 for Millwall. He scored 2 in 15 for Leicester. And then, of course, he slowly started to get going eventually in 2014, which by that point he was, how old was he? He was 21, 22, something like that, yeah. So I'm not saying he's going to get there, but I do think this is a reasonably good comparison, in terms of how long he can take. Look, I like him. I think this is good money. It's good money. I agree with Billy butchering this. 20 million is good. I think we'll probably have a sell-on clause or a buyback or something like that, Mo. I think City would be very stupid not to. It's a shame seeing these young players move on, but I don't think he's going to make it here. I know Alvarez, Haaland are so far ahead of him. Then, of course, you've got the brilliance of Foden as a false 9. Other players who can play there, and there's probably, other players that City were signed before Delap got the chance as a striker. So it is what it is, But 20 million is cracking money. It really is. Sorry, I've just got distracted by Nico Williams on the highlights for on the footage ahead of the semi-final. Some player, Nico Williams. I'll stop looking at the TV now. But I think it's really good money, and I'm happy for him. Look, I want to see him do really well. I want to see him build his career, and I want to see him get that chance that he deserves, because I really do think he deserves it. Yeah. Hopefully Lewis and Bob, they go far this year for him. I think he could have been used a little bit more to that, by the way. I mean, you got that tough yellow card, didn't he? Nearly got himself sent off, for the youth teams. And I think Pep sort of lost a bit of confidence in them, which I thought was a bit unfair, but it is what it is. Now, a little bit of news about Isaac Kabore, of course. The youngster on loan at Luton last season. He's had a couple of decent loans there. Apparently, Roma are considering signing him for around 8 to 10 million euros. That's within reach for the Italian club. I think there's something in this, probably. Kabore is a good player. I mean, I don't know how old he is now. Let's have a quick look. Kabore is 23 or something like that. 23 years old, yeah. His loan at Marseille was a good one. He did win African. He won the best young player of the tournament, the 21-22 21 African Cup of Nations. He did really well in that tournament. And then, of course, Luton was a big step up from last year. He got plenty of Premier League experience. And I would not be surprised if he gets a loan somewhere and, you know, becomes a first-team regular. And his career goes well. He's not going to reach the level of a Kyle Walker or anything like that. But I think he's going to be a good fullback. Yeah, I call it like he's going to be a Europa League level fullback, I reckon. He's going to have a good, solid, European career. I don't see him being a superstar, but there's nothing wrong with that. Once again, I feel like he's going to be a good player. I don't mind 10 million, Billy. I think it's absolutely. I think it's a decent deal. I think we're probably a bit down on it because you want more. But look, he's got a lot to prove. I think 10 million, given that we got him for next to nothing, it's decent. Jake, I would love that swap, mate, but I don't think Nunes would be tempted. I think Palace might be, but I'd like it, mate, but I don't think so. Jake in the chat suggesting Wharton, Nunes plus cash. I'd like it, but I don't think Nunes would. There was some news earlier as well about, where was it? I saw this about Cancelo, by the way. We don't have him in the plans. He's almost certainly going to go. Yeah, there's some Yan Couto news as well. Let me find the Yan Couto news. I'll go over here. Apparently, Juve are interested in Yan Couto. I think that would be a decent signing for them. I don't think he's Manchester City level. I've gone quite controversial on record with that. I feel like he's a good player at Girona, but I don't think he's a Manchester City level player. I don't think he has the physicality or the genius level technical ability to make up for the physicality lacking. I think he's good though, and I think like according to the Corriere dello Sport, the Italian newspaper, Juventus have already made contact with City on the possibility of signing him. That would be a really good move for him. Apparently, City want around 25 million euros. He did very good during last season. He was one of the most impressive right backs in the league. I still feel like he was very good, but I don't think he was excellent. I think he was just really good. I think he had a good season. And I think he could become a really nice footballer. He's shown that once again that we signed him for a few million, I think. This will prove to be a really smart signing in the end. And we'll make a big profit on him. And it's weird to watch these players signed and flipped, and it feels a bit crass to an extent just to report them on as assets and all that kind of stuff. But this is just the market that we live in, you know. People like Yan Couto, they come to Manchester City to get this career, and City set him up at Girona, then they get him a good move, and it's all good. He could have gone to Barcelona, of course, but I don't know if he would have got lost there, got the game time he needed to develop it. I don't know. He's had a good time. He's in a good place. He's about to be rich upon his wildest dreams. He'll probably get a nice, good old 100k contract somewhere or something like that for a week, and he'll be fine. So that's just a quick run through of all the news today. Delap going is a big shame, but it's been on the cards for a while now. He's not Manchester City level. One day maybe he could be. I don't know. I don't know, but I think for now we have to accept that this is a good bid. So it's actually really good money. It's really good money. When you sell people like Tommy Doyle, McAtee will probably go. We've got Howard Bellis for 20 million as well gone. Look, the academy is making an awful lot of money. At what point do you have to think we've got the money for PSR reasons to go and sign a Rodri back up? I mean, like Howard Bellis, Doyle, and this. I mean, it's an awful lot of money. Like, it's an awful lot of money. 45 to 50 million we've made from academy sales already this summer, and that's without selling 25 million Yan Couto or someone like that. We have to go for it. Guys, as I said before, my watch along for the Spain game will be over on Tifo. Please come and join me over there. It'll be good to chat to you. I want to enjoy this game. Please do join me. I'll be going live in there in a couple of minutes. Click the link in the description below. It'll be good to see you there. Give the video a like, subscribe. But join me live on Tifo for the Spain versus France watch along. It'll be good to see you guys over there. I'll try and go live as I do this right now. I want to see you over there chatting away, and I want to enjoy this game. Come on, Rodri, man. Come on, Rodri. Fingers crossed. It should be good fun. All right, where are we at? Guys, thanks for watching. See you in a bit. See you over there. Bye-bye.